Hey all. Now the dog I'm going to be painting is named Bondi, and I'm going to be painting her on this little 9x12. We got a mostly brown dog here, so let's start with some nice browns. Got a dark brown, got a nice reddish brown, Venetian Red, got a nice golden colored raw Sienna, some blue for the background, pink for the tongue, Cadmium Red Light, and titanium white. Eventually I'll add some black too, but I find it gets kind of muddy if I bring black in too early. So there's my palette. Kind of getting her outline in first here. You know, how close am I to the top? My angle's right. I'm trying to work in a lot of straight lines right now. All these wayfinding marks. So I'm hoping that that's around where's, I guess, lips. Dog lips are. Dog smile. And bottom of the tongue is probably somewhere around there. So maybe a little off to this side, actually. Something like that. All right, then I want to check these wayfinding marks and see how close I am and just make some adjustments before I move on. I'm going to do that by taking a picture and then comparing it to my reference. All right, so you can see I'm very close with where the tongue is, but my nose is way off, and this side of her muzzle's way off. Let's get some eyes in there. Some little eyebrow spots. Probably wind up moving these around a little, so I'm not too worried about getting them right the first time. That's close enough I can start getting the background in. And I want to do a gradient from dark to light, because I've got this light coming from up above. Light usually comes from up above. So to tone down this very, very bright cobalt blue I've got, I'm going to add in a little bit of my browns. Quite a lot of white. I've got a color and it's too saturated. In other words, it's just too bright looking. You can add some opposite color. So I've got a cool blue, so I'm adding a warm brown. And that just makes it a little bit less blue. Get the edges there. Say that's got it. I hang on to this brush in case I need to adjust anything on the background later. Just refine a few of these lines with a darker color, and then we can get into blocking them in. Starts looking a lot sharper with that contrast in there. So here's an interesting point. I've got a lot of my sketch in. I know where the dog's going to go. And now I got to put a lot of colors in. And this is one of the more intimidating parts of painting because you're going over your sketch, a lot of stuff becomes invisible, and you're covering a lot of canvas with paint. So when I squint at this, got a lot of dark, kind of medium dark fur in this area. It's coming out a little too close to my golden color. It's gray it a bit. Now where it touches the edges, I want that to feather into the wet paint there. I'm working in oil, but if you're working in acrylic, thin paint with lots of media in it so that the color underneath can come through. I'm now going into a different color. They're close enough, I don't need to wash off in between. So now I've got some of the colors in, but no detail. He's looking a little strange, and he'll keep looking a little strange until I start getting some more details in, get the tongue filled in, get the eyes filled in. So let's start there. Using a lot of thinner in this, and that helps me keep those colors really bright. If I use white to make it lighter, I will lose some of my saturation, so I'm sticking with thinner. It's almost time for me to start introducing a little bit of black. Be very careful with the black. If I use too much of it or too soon, that causes muddiness. Now coming in with white, that's starting to add shine to the top of Bondi's head. It tells you that the fur is glossy and has shape. And it's a good way to add detail. The next phase is going to be a lot of fine adjustments with a small brush. I'm using something pretty thin, a nice filbert, soft, so that I can get lots of little hairlines as I go. So there we go. Bondi's all finished. I think I've got that smiling face down. Just gonna let her dry and then send her off to my client. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Speaking of, next time I'm going to be painting on this big canvas, 4 pets, all hairless. Should be a good video. See you.